Best and worst of WWE Raw, Rhea Ripley and IYO Sky romantic angle? Jey Uso attacks CM Punk, Bayley's descent into madness. Last night's Monday Night Raw from Birmingham, England, marked the final stop of the red brand on the road to WWE Clash in Paris. As such, it advanced multiple stories en route to some major matches, with 4 of the 5 bouts on the Clash in Paris card essentially Raw matches. In this article, we will discuss the best and worst from last night's episode of Raw, and in doing so, we will also dissect how some seemingly minor occurrences may morph into major developments over the weeks to come. Number 4. Best, Jey Uso attacks CM Punk, Seth Rollins' genius plan is paying off, and Roman Reigns as a plot device. On last night's Raw, Jey Uso sought counsel from OTC1, Roman Reigns, ahead of challenging for the World Heavyweight Championship at Clash in Paris. When it came to seeking advice regarding managing his equation with LA Knight and CM Punk, Reigns strongly advised Uso not to trust CM Punk. Following the main event of Raw, tensions once again escalated among CM Punk, Jey Uso, and LA Knight, and Uso even superkicked Punk after the Best in the World unintentionally shoved Knight into the YET Master. Whether or not it was provoked or justified is up to the viewer to judge, but it also gives us an insight into Uso and Reigns' dynamic. It also sheds light on how Seth Rollins planned to feign injury and leave when people were united against him, only to come back and become World Heavyweight Champion, and thus fracture their unity as they all gunned not just for him but his title, was absolute genius. It also leaves us with questions regarding Uso's state of mind, and CM Punk's future dynamic with Roman Reigns, as well as whether Jey Uso is still susceptible to Roman Reigns' manipulation. Rhea Ripley and IYO Sky's friendship turned rather contentious on the road to WrestleMania 41, but they made amends in the months that followed. Ever since Evolution, where Naomi cashed in during the Ripley vs. Sky main event, they have continued to get even closer. One may argue that Rhea Ripley being so close with anyone does not fit her character, let alone if her closest friend is one of the top stars in the division and is, in fact, her professional archenemy, given that Mommy has never beaten IYO. That precisely makes the dynamic interesting, even if it may be a storytelling risk. With the recent involvement of the Kabuki Warriors, the story seems to be leading to a tag team feud, which is great because it keeps Ripley away from the Women's World Championship and allows for young talent to continue to be elevated. However, the Ripley/Sky relationship is now beginning to reveal potential romantic undertones. Unless that turns out to be a ruse by Rhea to get back at IYO, a romantic story in the women's division in 2025 involving the company's biggest stars remains a debatable way to go, regardless of whether it involves a man and a woman or 2 women. We have already had such angles involving Dominic Mysterio. Number 2. Worst, Adam Pearce's announcement regarding the Intercontinental Championship on Raw. In case you didn't know it, Adam Pearce announced on last night's Raw that AJ Styles, a massive crowd favorite in France, is set to challenge Dominic Mysterio for the Intercontinental Championship in Paris. However, this match won't take place at the Clash in Paris Premium Live event this Sunday, but rather on the Monday Night Raw episode that follows. But that is not a rhetorical question. The answer is seemingly simple and makes sense, as aforesaid, 4 of the 5 matches set for Clash in Paris are from the Raw brand. In fact, the SmackDown match will feature John Cena and Logan Paul, who are also not full-time SmackDown superstars. Adding Styles vs. Mysterio to the Clash in Paris card would have made it overwhelmingly Raw-heavy. Nevertheless, at this stage in his career, AJ Styles winning potentially a major singles title for plausibly the last time should be happening in a featured match at a premium live event, not on an episode of Raw. Hopefully, the match being on Raw will allow WWE to give it all the time and spotlight it needs, as well as the main event spot. Number 1. Best, Bayley's continued descent into madness. This week's vignette featuring former WWE Women's Champion Bayley furthered her character transformation as the voices within her, those of her past selves, of the lovable hugger and of the evil role model, continued to sway her present self. These videos are extremely well directed and produced, and Bayley seems to have a major influence on how they are presented. Her expressions and voiceovers have been remarkable, and the finished product leaves an eerie feeling within the audience, as we continue to witness Bayley's transformation. Into what? Apparently, something even Bayley, trapped as she tries to contain the voices within herself, doesn't know yet either.